There is a new sound Quebecers are having to get used to, that little beep. Without it, there are going to be some serious limitations on what people can and can't do. Basically, before leaving home, you download the province's VaxiCode app and enter your proof of vaccination if you want to do something like enjoy a cold one on a terrace. That's a patio for the rest of the country.
I did it yesterday and it went really well. I thought it was going to be longer and it took a couple seconds and I was good to go.
Very minimal. I think it took 2 minutes of my day.
I opened my VaxiCode.
Now, Quebec is the first province, territory, or state in North America with a vaccine passport. There's been an ad campaign for a couple of weeks warning people to get ready.
Beginning in September, you'll need a vaccination passport to enter certain public spaces. Don't wait until it hits you. Get vaccinated.
The government has been predicting some hiccups with the rollout. The health minister said it could be, at first, in his words, rock and roll. The manager of this restaurant says he's been nervous for days, as it turns out, for nothing.
So far, so good, I have to admit. One person didn't have it, so we decided to take a takeout instead, and it was really understandable.
The VaxiCode app, or a printed proof of vaccination, is now required for places like gyms, movie theaters, bars, and restaurants. After a 2-week grace period, fines could run up to $6,000. Not everyone is happy. When the pilot project was announced, opponents turned up outside the Quebec City restaurant where the app was being tested. There was also a protest in Montreal.
We're supposed to have medical freedom in Canada, and it's difficult seeing. I know it's a choice that we make not to be vaccinated, but we used to be allowed to make that choice.
Now, the VaxiCode is not required for services like salons or driving schools, things the government deems essential. But there are appeals for that to change. This hairdresser says she will employ the app.
You know, this tool is now available, and I intend to use it.
She says she'll ask customers who don't have it to go somewhere else. Mike Armstrong, Global News, Montreal.
After months of refusing a provincial vaccine certification system, Ontario's premier says the fourth wave forced his hand.
There's no secret that, I wasn't in favor of this.
Starting September 22nd, indoor settings like restaurants, bars, nightclubs, event spaces, and casinos will require anyone over 12 to show their full COVID-19 vaccination status before entry.
The venues that we have chosen are responsive to the risk that we've found in Ontario.
Though vaccination won't be mandatory for workers at those businesses.
Our membership, which is about 38,000 small and medium-sized businesses across Ontario, are extremely split on this issue. It's very contentious.
Retail spaces, salons, banks, essential services, and patios will not require proof of vaccination in Ontario. Those who are double-dosed will be able to request a personal QR code on October 22nd. This can be stored on your phone or printed. Venues will scan the code along with checking a piece of ID like a driver's license or health card to gain entry. Ontario becomes the 5th province to release plans for vaccine passports, creating a growing patchwork of policies nationally.
Had we had an opportunity to have a national certificate, we may have been able to establish some national protocols for response to the app going down, to the QR code not scanning correctly.
Imagine traveling around, even Canada, with 13 different vaccination certificates. It would have been much easier if we had one passport, federal passport.
So while it's not what Premier Ford had hoped for, like the fourth wave, the passport's here now, and Ontarians will have to live with it. Jamie Morocker, Global News, Toronto.